Welcome back to the deep dive. Thanksgiving's coming up, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of look at this blog post I found
Yeah.
called 50 Journal Prompts for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It's by Clara Penrose, and it's from a site called the Rit Lestallion.
Okay.
It was posted on October 9th of this year.
Gotcha.
We talk a lot about gratitude this time of year, but
Great.
these prompts seem like they're kind of a cool way to dig into those feelings, and maybe we'll find some hidden stuff we didn't think about,
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because there's research that actually shows that
Oh, really?
gratitude can really impact our well-being.
Okay.
Like, it's not just like a nice sentiment,
Right.
It actually does stuff.
So how does this blog post say that we can tap into that gratitude power?
Well, right away, the author Clara Penrose, she divides all the prompts into different categories. Like, there's reflecting on gratitude, just generally.
Okay.
Gratitude for your relationships, gratitude for personal growth, gratitude for those simple joys in life.
Yeah.
And even looking ahead with gratitude, which I find really interesting.
Looking ahead with gratitude?
Yeah.
I don't know if I get that one.
So it's changing how we view the future, not just thinking about what we're grateful for in the past or the present.
Okay.
One prompt asks us to think about how embracing uncertainty can bring us peace and hope. So it's you see the unknown as something that could be good, a chance to grow and experience new things, not something to be afraid of.
That's a really cool way to think about it. Instead of
Yeah.
being scared of the future, we're excited to see what happens.
Exactly. And I think that's something we've talked about before, that post-traumatic growth idea.
Oh, yeah.
You can have positive changes after going through something hard.
Right? So those
Yeah.
challenges, even though they're difficult, they actually make us stronger and we bounce back better.
And they make us appreciate the good stuff more.
Right.
You don't know what you got till it's gone, right? One prompt asks us to think about a recent challenge and how it taught us to be grateful.
Okay.
Maybe you lost something you took for granted, but then you saw how important it was.
I can definitely relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, I got in a pretty bad bike accident. It took me months to recover.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't exercise like I used to.
Yeah.
It made me realize how much I just assumed I'd always be healthy,
Right.
Now I appreciate even just taking a walk.
There you go. That's a perfect example of how something hard can change how you see things.
Yeah.
And makes you appreciate stuff more that you might not have before.
Okay, so that's challenges and growth.
Yeah.
But what about gratitude for relationships?
Okay.
Thanksgiving is usually when we're with family and friends, but sometimes those relationships could be kind of complicated.
Absolutely.
Right.
And these prompts, they get that. For example, one prompt asks us to think about someone who's been a silent supporter in our lives.
Right.
They're always there for us, maybe in little ways, but they're super important.
That one really makes me think of my neighbor, Mrs. Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
She's always checking on me, brings me cookies when I'm stressed, waters my plants when I'm out of town.
Oh.
She's like a guardian angel, always looking out for me.
It's lovely how you describe her.
Yeah.
And that's what that prompt's all about, to appreciate those people in our lives who we don't always thank.
Right.
Sometimes it's not about big things, but that constant quiet support that keeps us going.
And thanking them for that support can make those relationships even stronger.
Absolutely.
It lets them know we see what they do for us and we care.
Yeah.
Which means a lot to both people.
And, talking about meaningful connections,
Yeah.
another prompt wants us to think about a conversation we had this year that really stuck with us.
Okay.
It could be a deep talk with a friend or family,
Yeah.
or even just a quick chat with a stranger that gave you a new way of looking at things.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I remember this great conversation I had with the barista at my favorite coffee shop a few months ago.
Huh.
We were talking about books, and she told me about one I ended up loving.
Oh, wow.
It totally changed how I thought about something I'd been having trouble with.
It's amazing how a simple conversation can do that.
Yeah, it really is.
Those little moments of connection can have a big impact on us, even if we don't realize it.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about these prompts. They make us pay attention to those little bits of gratitude in our lives.
So we've talked about challenges, relationships, meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
But what about that whole personal growth thing?
Right.
That always seems kind of scary to me.
I get it.
Yeah.
But the prompts in this category are actually pretty easy to understand.
Okay.
One I find helpful is about how we celebrate our achievements, both big and small.
See, that's where I get stuck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always thinking about the next goal, the
Got
next
it.
thing I got to do. I rarely stop and think about what I've already done.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on a treadmill, always going and never looking around.
Yeah. It sounds like you're describing that classic trap of always wanting more,
Yes,
never being happy with what you have right now.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
So how do I get off this treadmill and start celebrating my wins?
Right.
Even the small ones.
Well, I think that's where these journal prompts can help.
Okay.
They're all about making a space to think and celebrate.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
instead of rushing to the next thing after you finish a project, what if you took a few minutes to write down what you're proud of?
Okay.
Maybe even make a list of things you learned while you were working on it.
Uh-huh.
It's about recognizing your hard work and how far you've come, no matter how small.
I like that it's like a little victory dance in my journal.
Exactly. And those little celebrations can actually help you stay motivated and feel good about yourself.
Right.
When we recognize our wins, we reinforce good habits and make it easier to keep going.
Yeah.
It's like we're telling ourselves, hey, I did that. I'm capable. I'm making progress.
And that can be really powerful, especially when you're feeling stuck. It reminds you of how strong you are.
Speaking of resilience, it makes me think of those prompts about being grateful for the simple things in life.
Yeah.
They encourage us to appreciate those everyday moments that we often don't even notice, but that bring us peace.
Like that prompt about a daily ritual that brings us peace and gratitude.
Yes, exactly.
We were talking about that earlier, like with my morning coffee ritual.
Yeah, and that shows how routines can ground us and make us appreciate the ordinary things in life.
Yeah.
Those small, predictable moments can become like anchors of stability and joy.
I never thought about it that way, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
My morning coffee isn't just about caffeine. It's a moment for me to be mindful,
Right.
to connect with my senses and appreciate making something delicious.
And it's those little things that add up to a happier life.
Yeah.
There's another prompt that asks us to think about a sensory experience we're grateful for.
Okay.
Maybe it's the smell of fresh bread, or the sound of rain on the roof, or the feeling of sunshine on your skin.
Oh, I have one. I love the feeling of cool sheets when I get into bed at night.
Oh, nice.
It's so simple,
Yeah.
but it makes me feel so relaxed and grateful.
It's amazing how those little things can bring us so much joy, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about these prompts. They help us slow down, pay attention, and really enjoy those moments.
It's like we're teaching our brains to look for the good stuff, even when things are crazy or stressful.
Exactly. And changing your perspective like that can really change how you experience the world.
Yeah.
Remember those prompts about looking ahead with gratitude?
Oh, yeah, the pre-gratitude thing.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Well, think about it like this. What if, instead of being afraid of the unknown, we were curious about it
Okay.
and appreciated the potential for growth?
Uh-huh.
What if we were grateful for the challenges we might face because we know they'll make us stronger?
It's like saying thank you to the universe ahead of time for the lessons we're going to learn.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it like that.
It's a powerful way to change how you think about things, and it can really change how you deal with life's ups and downs.
Okay.
For example, imagine you're starting a new job.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but also kind of scary, right?
Right.
Instead of being afraid, what if you took a minute to be grateful for the chance to learn new things, meet new people, and grow?
It's like we're focusing on what could go right instead of what could go wrong.
Exactly. And even if things do get tough, we're already thinking about gratitude.
Yeah.
So we're more likely to see those challenges as opportunities.
Instead of like failures or setbacks.
Exactly. It's about being open and optimistic about the future,
Yeah.
knowing that even when things are uncertain, there's always something to be grateful for.
This pre-gratitude thing is really interesting. It's like we're changing our brains to expect good things even when we don't know what's coming.
And that's the beauty of gratitude. It's not just a feeling, it's a choice we can make every day. And the more we choose gratitude, the more we create a mindset of abundance and appreciation.
Yeah.
And that makes life more fulfilling and meaningful.
So as we wrap up our look at these Thanksgiving journal prompts,
Yeah.
what are some of the main things you want our listeners to remember?
Well, I think for me, the big thing is that gratitude isn't just for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
It's something we can do all the time to make our lives better.
Right. I completely agree. And these 50 prompts give us a really great way to bring gratitude into our everyday lives, not just for the holidays.
Exactly.
And what I like about them is that they make you think deeper.
Yeah.
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 It's not just about making a list of things we're thankful for. It's about really exploring why we appreciate those things.
Absolutely. We talked about appreciating those quiet supporters in our lives,
Right.
celebrating even the little wins,
Uh-huh.
finding joy in those everyday senses, and
Yeah.
even being grateful for challenges that might come up.
Yeah, it's like we're changing how we define gratitude and seeing it everywhere.
It really is.
It's like a treasure hunt for gratitude,
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
Finding those little gems where you least expect them.
And the best part is the more you do it, the easier it gets. You
Right.
start to notice those little things all the time.
So for someone listening who's thinking, okay, I want to try this gratitude thing,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know where to start,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them?
I'd say start small. Don't try to do all 50 prompts at once.
Right.
Pick one or two that speak to you and just spend a few minutes thinking about them.
Okay.
Maybe write about it in a journal or just sit quietly and think about the prompt.
Uh-huh.
The important thing is to make it a habit, even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
That's really good advice. And it's not about being perfect or having the longest gratitude list or anything like that.
Right.
It's about wanting to change your perspective and see the good things in your life.
Exactly. And Thanksgiving is a perfect time to start doing this.
Yeah.
Whether you're spending time with family and friends or just having a quiet day to yourself, these prompts can help you connect with the real meaning of the holiday,
Right.
which is all about being thankful.
It's about appreciating everything we have, the people who make our lives better, and the chances we have to grow every day.
And remembering that even when things are tough or uncertain, there's always something to be grateful for.
So as we finish up this deep dive into gratitude,
Yeah.
I hope our listeners will pick a few prompts and try them out.
Yes.
You might be surprised at what you discover.
And remember, gratitude is a gift you give yourself and everyone around you.
That's true.
It can change relationships, inspire kindness, and make the world a better place.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration. And until next time, keep looking for those moments of gratitude. Keep your hearts open and keep diving deep.